And Nadal was asked this question. He may not be making a lot of noise on court, but he's making a lot of noise. This is what he said. They are amazing players, but at the same time, if we put it into perspective, Novak won 3 Grand Slams and played in the final of another. Things haven't changed that much, have they? And the question was, is Alcaraz and Sinner separating themselves, and is the new current level of tennis higher now than the past level of tennis? That was the question, and that was his response.
I love his response.
What are your thoughts on his response?
I love his response. And let's speak to Nadal every time he sits down with media. Some form or relative question to this comes up, which is these new guys that you haven't played that much. What do you think of them compared to you and your guys that we've already seen so much of? And he always finds a way to make them seem smaller. You know, he makes a statement of they play low IQ tennis. They rely on brute force. They just hit the ball hard. They're not actually dominating yet. We dominated. Djokovic is still their rival. How much sense does that make? Because he was my rival and I was beating him when I needed to. He's saying a lot of logical, factual things we can't deny. And is it true that these guys are beating Medvedev, Zverev, and Tsitsipas? Yes. Was Nadal doing that? Was Djokovic doing that already? Yeah. I love that he's putting things into perspective for us and keeping us on earth as fans, because we love to latch on to the hottest, latest, newest winner of things. But at the end of the day, he's right. Sinner and Alcaraz still haven't actually stepped on the neck and killed Djokovic yet. And until they do that, can we say anything about the level of tennis being higher? Because what is Djokovic really doing at a brand new level right now versus 4 or 5 years ago?
Right.
Not a whole lot. I mean, he's playing clean. He's probably the pinnacle of the sport of tennis. He's probably the best player to ever hold a racket. But they still haven't surpassed it. And Nadal was a legitimate rival to that person. So I love what Nadal said. I think he's on to something. I agree.
Yes, I think this is actually a funny statement. So Sabalenka was asked if she watches WTA tennis. And she said no, she prefers to watch ATP tennis. And the reason for it is because there's more tactics involved. But Nadal, Federer, they all say they all bang. They all hit the same. There's no variety in the game. There is no tactics in the game. And it's just becoming brute force. And it's kind of boring to watch. So Nadal making that statement is brilliant to me.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.